Hey, hey. Hey, Chantel, how you doing? Let me make sure I'm on the right one. Yes, I am. I hope you're doing good this Monday. Okay, let me see. Let me look at what I got really quick. I'm glad you're doing good. Hey, Carlos. Hey, y'all on TikTok land. It's Monday. I know. Let me see what I got for y'all really quick. Let me see. Uh, ooh, hey April. Hey Dwight. I hope you had a good birthday. Hey Miss Brenda. All right, so let me just get right on to it because there is not a whole lot going on in the world. Okay, so the only thing that has happened really since last week is they passed the infrastructure bill that most of the time will not trickle down to y'all. Okay, so hey everybody that's just coming in. Hey Todd. Hey Darnell. Whew. Yes, I am ready for the new year. I hope you guys are ready for the new year too. That's what we're gonna talk about a little bit tonight. We're gonna talk about some credit just because I feel that there are a lot of things about credit you guys should know already, but a lot of you don't know. So we're gonna get to that. But I wanted to run through everything really fast. Okay, so since last Monday, the only thing that has changed is the infrastructure bill has been signed. That's really only going to affect large businesses and local governments for the most part. Okay, your state governments too. Um, you should start or expect to start seeing some apprenticeship programs. Okay, that's going in that bill is some money to send the workforce back to school to get training. Okay, so that could be through your job. We don't necessarily know all those details yet, but that is what's in the bill, the infrastructure bill. Okay, and again, if y'all have questions, please go ahead and list your questions. Hi, Pink Diva. Right now, I'm just talking about the infrastructure bill. The only thing that has really changed since last week, Monday. So just letting you guys know where you fit into that. Okay, so you guys don't fit too much into it. They mostly have this for large businesses, not necessarily for small businesses. Okay, but that does not mean that you can't get your hands on something. So as more things roll out, now that this has passed, all Biden has to do is sign it, and then there goes a whole lot more money. Okay, hey Bobby's Papercraft, how you doing? And if anybody's watching new or anybody's watching new here on Facebook or YouTube or anything, please share, like, tag. I know I haven't asked you guys to do that too much. Let me tell you, it is a lot to keep up with social media in real life. Okay. So if I forget, forgive me. But please, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Okay. So let me see really quick. Okay, child tax credit. Nothing new with child tax credit, guys. The only thing y'all have to do is make sure you get in there sometime. Today's the 8th. Okay, so if you're getting a check, I tell everybody to do this every month. So make sure that you do sometime this week. Go inside that portal of yours and look to make sure to see if there has been any changes that you did not request. Did they change you to a paper check? Did your address change? Did your bank mysteriously change? Okay, so it does not hurt to go and look for that. All right. There is and I said this last time, and I'll just keep a lot of this stuff I'm going to reiterate because there are a lot of people who didn't catch it last time. But please be on the lookout for any letter that you receive from the IRS telling you that they owe you some more money or that they're doing something different with your refund. There is an actual letter that looks very, excuse me, It looks very, very authentic, but it is not. Okay. It looks just like the IRS letter. As a matter of fact, the only way that you guys would know is if you tried to call the number on the paper. So if you get anything from the IRS, okay, if you get anything from the SBA, and I'm about to get on that in a second, because somebody actually, I had two people this week. Someone sent me a copy of an email they got from the SBA, and it is not real. It's fake. Okay. So if you get the letter from the IRS and you call the 800 number that's on the page, if anything asks you to pay any money, that is not the IRS. Okay. They are not going to ask you to make any payments over the phone. That's just not how they work. All right. They get their money through pay.gov, through checks, through auto draft, cashier's checks. Okay. They don't ask for any money over the phone. And the same thing with the SBA. If somebody's telling you that you have to pay $500, and this is crazy because y'all paid other people to do y'all SBA, but when you think it comes from the SBA, y'all get scared and want to and verify. So, but if you get anything from the SBA saying that you have to pay them any money, it is also not real, unless it's you're paying them back for a loan that you've received. That should be the only thing that you guys should be concerned about getting any money for. Okay. So two quick local things. All right. If you're in St. Lucie County, you're in Florida. All right. In St. Lucie County, I don't know how many of you guys know, but they do have a low income auto repair program. As long as you you will have to show proof of income. Okay. But if you are considered low income, you get some type of assistance, then more than likely you are considered low income. They do have a minor auto repair program, which means they will fix things on your car for free. Anything that is $500 or less. So if it's change a tire, plug a tire, oil change, some small stuff, timing belts, depending on the type of car you got. But there are certain things that they will cover. Okay, so I'm actually going to put that on my story. So you can get that from my story. I tried to see if this was an actual nationwide program, and it actually used to be a nationwide program. It actually was enacted in 2018, but I can't find this auto repair program in a lot of other places. So it says that this program is only supposed to last for 3 years. So this year is the 3rd year. So if you have not used this program, please tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody, okay? Because here goes another example of how we leave money on the table, okay? And yes, Pink Diva, this is only in Florida, okay? And I have another thing for people in Cocoa. Now, if you're in Cocoa, I'll be posting this too next week. They're having an apprenticeship program at the, I don't want to get the name wrong, but I'm going to post it. If you're someone who has a business and you're looking to find people to work under your apprentices, then you can go and advertise your business and maybe get you some employees. If you're somebody that's looking to get a job, some type of trade, then you can go. I will post that also in my story too. So if any one of y'all want to get in on that. All right. So I'll post that. And let me see. So I think that's about it. Let me check. So y'all can ask any questions that if y'all have. And like I said, I mostly want to talk about credit tonight. Dwight says he had a great birthday. He went on the cruise, right on the jet ski. He had a whole lot of fun. Well, I'm happy for you, Dwight. Happy birthday. I hope it was the bomb. Okay. Don, the program was called the low income. Wait, what is it called? It was called the minor auto repair program. Okay. So that's for low income individuals. Okay. They do work for $500 or less. Hey, Latasha, I hope you're doing good. All right. So let me just go over some stuff with y'all. Just okay. So y'all know I'm a big proponent on making sure that we individuals do things that are conducive to us. Okay. Now, I hate to use real world examples, but I have to use real world examples because it's the best way to drive home points to everybody. Now, it's very unfortunate that there are a lot of people who were out at the Travis Scott concert this past weekend, and individuals who were injured, individuals, some died. Okay, so I know y'all are probably familiar with that. The reason why I bring that up is because these These examples, stuff like this is a perfect example of a freak accident. Things that you would never expect to walk to when you woke up that morning, that was going to happen to you that evening. Okay. Now, I say all of that because I am big on individuals getting some form of life insurance. All right. Now, I'm not here to sell anybody any life insurance. This is me telling individuals, this is one of the reasons why I push so strongly for individuals to get life insurance, because I don't want to see 8 GoFundMe accounts. Okay. I don't want to see 8 GoFundMes when an individual could have took out a term life. Okay. And term means it doesn't even last your whole life. Okay. Term is cheaper. Okay. But you can get a term life policy, 30, 40, maybe even $50,000 for 20, 30 bucks. Okay. A month. Now, you may think that that's not a necessity. You may think that that is not something that you need, but people, okay, listen, people, y'all see stuff on the news. I look at the news every single day. I read a lot. Okay. And the only thing I see more than them talking about how much they hate Joe Biden is how many people are getting shot, killed, stabbed, raped, trafficked, kidnapped. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Okay. And I don't say that to scare anybody, but I do like people to be prepared. So please, if y'all have not, think about it. Life insurance is just not for old people. It's for young people too. All right. Now, since I'm talking about life insurance, this is usually something that I would talk about in one of my groups, but I'm going to give y'all a gem. And I probably said this to some of my TikTok people before, and I don't think you guys here on Facebook have caught this, but it is something that they call infinite banking. Okay. And the reason that they call it infinite is because it never ends. Okay. So I like life insurance because life insurance is something that you can take out for yourself and borrow on your own money and never have to walk into a bank to ask anybody for any money. Did you know that that is what a lot of wealthy people do? That's exactly what they do. They have good credit, and some of them don't have good credit. But majority of, let's just say it, Caucasian families have insurance on the mama, the daddy, the brother, all the way down to the baby. Not just because they're expecting somebody to die to cash a check. You can make a check so you can collect a bag while living, never have to ask the bank for anything, and you can borrow from yourself. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, let me give you an example. $100,000 whole life insurance policy probably will cost, I don't know, anywhere between maybe 80 and 100 and maybe, I don't know, 120, $130. It really depends on your age. Okay. And a lot of it has to do with your credit too. Okay. But your age. Okay. So in 2 years, you anywhere from 2 to 5 years, it probably depends on when the policy matures. So I'm just going to say 5. Let me just stretch it out. You can, that $100,000 policy now has a cash value of $10,000, maybe even more. Now that same 10 grand, and let's just say if you had $10,000 right now, how many of you would go out and get you a car, maybe a car or two, and put them on Turo and rent it, and now you have income? You can borrow that money from your own life insurance policy, and instead of paying the bank a monthly payment, you pay yourself back. And not only do you pay yourself back, you pay yourself back with interest. Okay. So let me see what, hey, Miss Robinette, I hope you're doing good. Thank you. Dwight, you're so cute. Thank you. Dwight says, I love when you speak facts. I really am trying to speak facts. I'm telling y'all, when I read it in the book for myself, I had to go and look it up because I said, man, I have never heard that, but it's freaking genius. And then doing more research, I find that this has been around for a long time. These are these financial secrets and tricks that we don't teach our children because our mamas and daddies and grandmas didn't know. But now you have no excuse because you have now been told, okay? It is called infinite banking. You should get some life insurance so you can borrow and put money in your own pocket. All right. So I'm gonna get to y'all in a second and look at your messages. Let's say, not to be smart, but Mrs. Scott said he will pay for all 8 funerals. Yes, Miss Robinette, he should pay for all of the funerals. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. These people died on Saturday night. Monday morning, which is today, he already has 3 lawsuits. Okay, so people are not playing. So when I tell y'all, when I be talking to y'all and I say, y'all shouldn't run no business out of your house and not have no insurance, because if somebody walk in your house and they trip and fall, they can sue you. Y'all think I be playing when I say that? I'm not. People are broke, y'all. If y'all didn't know that, people are broke, and they will find whatever they can to get some money off of you. And if you have a business, you leave yourself wide open, especially if you have not incorporated your business. If you are still a sole proprietor and you have a business, you selling plates, you doing hair, any of those things, it doesn't take all it takes is a Better Business Bureau complaint, a call to the Attorney General's office, and then a call to a lawyer, and you too can be sued just like him. Okay, whether it's his fault or not, they suing his ass, and him and all them artists and Live Nation, all of those promoters, they probably even going to sue the city. It's unfortunate that they lost family members, but they're gonna walk away with some money on this one. Okay. All right, let me okay, Alicia says, what is the name of the homeowner assistance program website? Alicia, send me a message on Instagram. I will send you the link list. Okay, and it has all of the links and that, because I can't tell you it off the top. It's on the links. I can type it in, but I can't tell you what it is because I don't know. Hey, from Orlando. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Okay, let's see. Let me go. All right, somebody asked me. We're gonna get the credit in just a minute. Somebody did ask me something about credit. Let me see. JC says, if you get a whole life insurance policy and borrow against it in emergencies and down payment to purchase a house without them pulling your credit and being denied. Exactly right. If you can get your own $20,000 or $30,000 down, one, you didn't even have to save this money. Let me say that again. You didn't even have to save this money. All you have to do is make sure you pay your life insurance premium every month. And now your whole life insurance earns cash value. Now, say if you never do it, say if you never pull any money from it, and you wait until you older in age, you 30, you 40. Now you want to go and get you an investment property. Now you want to go, ladies, you want to get your body done. Whatever. You don't have to finance it. And it doesn't matter because you're borrowing from yourself. You just have to pay yourself back. Now, if you don't pay yourself back, then fine. Then you lower the amount of the insurance coverage that you get. So I would hope that none of you would do it. But these are some of the tricks. Let me tell you something else that they put in these little plans they don't tell us about. Now, a lot of us probably never knew because we never had this much money. But they have something that is called a gift tax. And this is for wealthy people to be able to give. Okay, gift and give is very close. Okay, the IRS won't tax wealthy individuals as long as they follow the rules. So I know a lot of y'all get mad and think, well, Jeff Bezos and this one don't pay, and the Tesla guy don't pay taxes. Well, they don't have to because all they do is follow the rules. So if you guys would look at what new tax incentives that the IRS gives you every year, you too can get away with not paying any taxes either. And it's not illegal because you will be doing it correctly. Now, it may be difficult to not pay any, okay? But you will pay way less than the average person because the government, what they do is if they want us to start if they wanted to start building high rises everywhere because we don't have enough houses right now. So they want to start building high rise buildings. You know what the government will do? They'll tell IRS to give individuals who will invest their money or buy into high rise condominiums, give them big old tax breaks. And then what do wealthy people do? They get with their accountants and their accountant says, hey, you know the government is giving out a deal if you invest some of your money into these high rises. And then that's just what they do. And then that is how they get away with not paying taxes. All you got to do is look at what the tax rules are, okay? So it's not that difficult. So a lot of us We letting them tax the heck out of us because we don't know where to put our money legally. And then some of y'all going to people who messing y'all up. Now I'm gonna tell y'all a story. He probably not watching, and I didn't see her say hey, so she might not be watching either. But I got a call from one of y'all. Thank y'all for dealing with me. I appreciate it. But somebody submitted someone's taxes 3 years in a row, and this person was a 1099 employee. They were self-employed, but this person would file their taxes every year with the wrong EIN number, wrong address, and wrong business name. Now, what do y'all think is going to happen to the person that came to me? They more than likely will get out of it if they don't get this fixed beforehand. These are the this is why some of y'all are in these situations, because y'all go to people because you want to get a whole lot of money back, but then they get you in trouble because they're doing the wrong thing. Now, that same person that came to me, I looked at the tax returns and he said, well, why can't he says, I'm a truck driver. I make over $120,000 a year. Why can't I buy a house? Now, I'm going to get to the credit in a minute. I didn't even look at his credit. I just looked at his taxes, and and because the person that did his taxes wrote off every bit of money, of money that he owed the IRS, that in the end, he ended up having nothing left for adjusted gross income. I'm going to explain to y'all, and then we're going to get on the credit, and then I'm going to let y'all go, okay? So here goes something y'all probably haven't heard, or maybe you have, all right? But I'm going to explain how this works. If you make $10,000 for the year, and you're a 1099 employee, okay? That means you probably didn't pay any taxes. So say I do your taxes, and I put in that you made $10,000. Off rip, you're going to owe about $3,500 to the IRS. Now, this is not with kids. This is just one person who made $10,000. Normally, if you made $10,000, most people are not even going to file, okay? Most you normally wouldn't. It's under the standard deduction. But we're just going to say just for example, say you made $10,000, you didn't pay any taxes, you end up automatically owing $3,500 to the IRS. Your adjusted gross income, and a lot of y'all probably heard that because you hear it when you fill out documents that ask you your information from your taxes. They always want to know what your AGI is. So your adjusted gross income is actually the money you made. So if you made $10,000, that's your adjusted gross income. Now, you have $3,500 that you owe the IRS, but you don't want to pay them. So you tell your tax preparer, hook me up. And what do? All right, they put in mileage, car expenses. You got uniforms, you got books, you got all kind of stuff. They writing that $3,500 down to where now you owe $0 to the IRS. But you know what happened to that $10,000 that was adjusted gross income? That $10,000, as you were reducing your $3,500, that $10,000 also got reduced to zero as well. So although this person was making $120,000+ a year, because that tax preparer wrote off all those wrote off all those expenses so they wouldn't have to pay any money to the government, now none of that person's income counts as income. So when he walked into the bank thinking that because he can't read a tax return, he's thinking, I know I'm going to get a big old house. And they told him, well, sir, according to your last 3 years of taxes, you haven't made any money. And the money that you did make, they wrote it all off with all your what you owe the IRS. Now we have nothing to work with. So I'm saying this to y'all because we are getting ready to go into tax season. And I'm promising y'all, this upcoming year is the last year. The last year, I believe that the IRS is going to be light and easy on people making mistakes with your taxes. Okay? People are getting their tax returns sent back to them because they didn't even sign. Okay, so it's getting serious now. Now, I don't say that to scare anybody. These are just things I want y'all to be prepared for because y'all paying people $2,000 and $3,000. And yes, people are paying that much. Why? Because I look at all I read the cases. It is people left and right getting busted for not signing. And I'm reading the TikToks. So if y'all see me looking this way, that's why I'm reading. Sheila says, can you arrange a settlement payment with the IRS? Absolutely, you can make a payment arrangement. there's nothing wrong with owing the IRS. Okay, owing the IRS, the only thing that means is that you didn't pay enough taxes to the government. That happens to lots of people. That's exactly why the IRS is beating down your door and this person's door and all the low income individuals' doors, because rich people aren't paying enough taxes. But you know why they don't pay? Because they don't have to, because they follow the tax law or the tax code. It sounds difficult, but it's not. If it says, hey, and I'm gonna give you an example. How many of y'all know somebody that doesn't really work throughout the year, but they work just enough to get some money earned so that they can file taxes because they have kids? I know a lot of people like that. A lot of people look down on that person, but that person's actually smarter than the person who probably worked all year long, because this person made a move. This person knew that all they have to do is earn X amount of dollars, and that's enough to now qualify for a tax return. That's just as smart as the rich people who pay attention to the tax code to make sure that they don't have to pay any taxes. So it's all of y'all that's in the middle that's the ones paying all the money, because all the people on the other side, the real poor who's smart and the real rich who's smart, they're the ones who making away and keeping all of their check. So I want y'all to, at least for this upcoming tax season, y'all need to look and start finding ways that y'all can cut, especially if y'all have a business, because things are going to be changing. You're not going to be able to file the normal way that you do. Okay. And Sheila, yes, you can make a settlement. You can do a hardship, or you can do an installment agreement, which is nothing but a payment plan. So they have 3 different ways that you can get on some type of agreement so that you do not owe. If you want, anytime, anybody watching, y'all can hit the link in the bio on TikTok. We could go over some of those ways that they have. I can also help you do your paperwork if you need. And that's for anybody, okay? And yes, I am still filing taxes. So if you have not filed taxes, please do so, all right? It says he was forced to do that. I think it would look good for him. 8 people is a lot. Yeah, 8 people is a lot, but it doesn't matter if 8 people died or not. Their people are not going to forget that. They gonna sue, and people will be happy when they walk away with the money. That's unfortunate, but they will. It says Darren says, I got whole life insurance, and because I'm getting over the age of 60, they want to raise it to $50. I'm paying $43 now. Now, yes. So sometimes you get a certain age, they do raise it, but if you think about it, they want to raise yours to $50. So here is somebody who has whole life insurance. He's 60 years old or over 60, and he's paying $50 a month. Now, what's so neat about that is Darren already knows, or hopefully, if you didn't know, go and see what the cash value is on your life insurance policy. Because right now, we're in the age of hustling, because working ain't working for people, okay? Everybody wants to have their own thing, okay? And there's nothing wrong if you work, but ain't nothing wrong if you want to side hustle. And there are tons of them out there. And I push for people to do Turo. I push for people to do drop shipping. Hell, if you got a personality, I push for y'all to do social media. There are so many different ways to get paid, okay? You do not have to just sit behind a desk. And you don't have to put on no scrubs. Nothing against y'all nurses, but everybody in Florida, in my opinion, is a dang on nurse. So there are other ways to make money, okay? All right. You can also earn interest on your whole life insurance policy. See that you can earn so much. That's right. You can earn interest when you're paying stuff back. I'm just wanting y'all to look at life insurance, man. Rich people do it all the time. So, I never told y'all about the gift tax, and this is about 7:30, so I'm getting ready to do the credit. But let me tell you about this gift tax really quick. What wealthy people do is the IRS says that they can gift over their lifetime $15 million to their family members and not have to pay no taxes, or $30 million if they're married. Did y'all hear me say that? They can legally transfer all that money and don't have to pay a dime in tax. But then y'all get mad when people like Donald Trump don't pay taxes, because they don't have to. See, they pay attention to the tax code. These are the things I'm trying to tell you. Just like right now, for us that probably don't have a lot of money, but for us lower income individuals, you can transfer up to $15,000 to a family member for the gift tax and don't have to pay any taxes on it. So you can transfer money you can do wealth transfer within your family and not have to pay. This is how we do generational wealth. And a lot of generational wealth is credit. And you got to know the taxes. You got to know the tax code, because if you don't, that's where they're going to get you. All right. That's exactly where they are going to get you guys. Okay. Semi Matt says, how do you do a hardship? I'm about to dissolve my business. Well, don't dissolve your business yet, Semi, please. If you could give me, hit that link in the bio. Let's just do a 30-minute, if you don't mind. Let me see where you are before you dissolve. Because if this is a personal hardship that you have, then your personal and your business should have nothing to do with one another. So we should talk about that. So if anybody is in one of those situations, you feel like I'm about to lose it all. I'm about to lose my house. I'm about to lose my car. I'm about to let's talk for a second. Do you know how many bankruptcies I filed this week? 4. Now that probably doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot because it's holiday season. How many people think about filing bankruptcy? My clients they smart. Okay. I have people that are getting ready to graduate with their RN. They're getting ready to get they start in a new position, making good money. They don't want to have to be paying back Community Bank, Sears, Victoria's Secrets, Midland Funding Portfolio. Let me keep going. Portfolio Collection, Santander. Nobody has time to pay those. Credit One, Merrick Bank, First Premier. I can keep going because I know some of y'all know what I'm talking about, because these things are on your credit. Okay. And I'm glad that we're now moving on to talk about a credit. But I just want y'all to know that before you make a major decision, make sure you talk to somebody that's a little educated, okay? That can maybe give you a little bit of insight, because they done been through some things that can tell you. I hate to see people dissolve their business. Please don't do that yet. Let's find out why you want to do it, because there may be a reason. There may be another way around it. Okay. Now, if you have to dissolve, if anybody doesn't know what that means, dissolve your business means you are closing up shop. You're legally supposed to, I ain't gonna say legally, but you are supposed to go to your Secretary of State and do the paperwork to let them know that you are dissolving your business so that it can close. If you don't do that, it will close on its own when you don't pay your yearly or your annual fees. All right. So, but now y'all just got me on something, and I'm gonna drop a gem. Now, remember we was talking about side hustles. Y'all know that when other people let their businesses close, if I go to Sunbiz, if anybody's in Florida, we go on Sunbiz, that's the Secretary of State. I can find somebody else's business, an LLC or a corporation that they let close. I actually have found one. It was 30 years old. It closed a long time ago. It might have closed maybe 10 years ago. Now, since that business is old like that, I know that an old business like that, I could use to build more business credit, because it's been around a lot longer than my current business. So if I wanted to buy somebody else's business, say you guys want to buy somebody else's business, you go, man, I want this. This business is perfect. Especially if they've been building business credit, all you have to do is you can just contact the individual. You know, they still have their names on there. You can find individuals by either mailing. You can maybe find them online and let them know you want to buy it. And then they can, you can pay the back tax, the back annual fees. You can pay those annual fees, all those missed payments that they didn't pay for the last however many years. You can easily do some paperwork, and now that business is yours, and you now have an aged business or an aged corporation. I know a lot of y'all may have heard it as an aged corporation, but that is one way that it's the easiest way to get them, actually, versus buying them from people who have them in Wisconsin and Delaware. You don't need to pay anybody to go and buy corporations that you can just go on the Secretary of State and you can look, you'll see what's expired. Okay, so that's just an idea. All right. So I'm going to look at these questions and I'm going to get on y'all credit really quick. And I just want y'all to know that what I'm starting to see. So a lot of people are starting to be smart and they're starting to want to pay their bills. I'm very proud of a lot of y'all. Okay. A lot of y'all are realizing it's better to take the L to get to the W. Okay. There's nothing wrong with taking the loss and paying that old eviction, even though you know they did you wrong. There's nothing wrong with paying AT&T or Verizon, even though they did you wrong. Sometimes you just need that collection to go. All right. So I am hopefully this evening, not this evening, hopefully this month of November, I will be graduating a lot of customers from fixing a credit to buying a home. That is what I like to do with everybody that I come across, if that's your goal, okay? And what I need y'all to know is just because you pay something off, whether that's a collection, a charged off account, a repo, because I am having people call and settle those repos. If you guys are watching and you have repos on your credit, and if it is over, I'm going to say 3 years, this is the time to call that bank and that company on your credit report and see if they will settle. That's all you got to say is, will you settle for less? You know what they're going to say? Yep. You know why? Because they aren't getting money any other way. So if they're not getting money any other way, they will be glad to take your payment. And what do is, let's see, Samantha, if I missed you, I'm sorry. Please send me a message on Instagram. I will answer you if I missed that. Okay. They will settle with you. I had people who $10,000 reporting on their credit, pay $1,500 is gone. I had somebody last week, $3,000. They was on their credit. They said, give us $800. Now the debt is gone. But that same person that paid that $800 called me and said, well, why is it still on my credit? And I want y'all to know that just because you settle a debt does not mean that it goes away. A credit report is just like your report card. And you know how when you were in elementary school, you and your report card had your first quarter, your second quarter, your third quarter, and your fourth, so that you can see what your grades were over time. That's the same thing your credit report is. Just because you paid something don't mean they have to take it off, because the law doesn't say that they have to. The only thing they have to do is update your trade line to show that it is now paid and closed. That is it. Okay. That is the only thing that they have to do. Okay. So Darren says you need another insurance policy because of your age. You can definitely have multiple insurance policies. I have term and whole. So there's nothing wrong with it. So if I die, somebody would be very happy. My bills will be paid. My everything I have will be taken care of. And that's what the whole purpose of the insurance is for. Okay, so good. You should get that. So back to credit. Sorry, but I just wanted y'all to know that they don't have to take it off. All right, that's number one. I know y'all starting to see that. Another thing, we getting ready to go into a new year. It is too much fraud going on. If you have more than one or two spellings of your name on your credit, please, please, and please, you can do this on your own. You don't even have to hire nobody. Go and dispute those names. Now, I don't like for people to dispute on Credit Karma, on Credit Saves, on Credit Wise, on none of those. If you are going to dispute, you should only dispute with Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. Those are the only three that the majority of the credit bureau, the majority of banks and everybody pull from. Okay. So that is what you guys need to do. And the reason I tell you to do that is because look at this. If I misspelled your name, hell, my name's Shamika. Okay. So Shamika is spelled in lots of ways. Say I have a misspelling of my name on my credit report. If somebody pretended to be me and they spelled my name the wrong way that I have on that's reported on my credit, then the chances of that application going through is higher, because they process applications according to information that's already on your credit report. So if you have several misspellings, then you leave yourself wide open to other individuals to steal your social, birthday, and then misspell your name by mistake probably, and still get a credit card because you left all that stuff sitting on there that doesn't need to be on there. Same thing for those addresses. If you live someplace and you used to live at these other places, you could try to dispute them. Let me tell you, if they tell you no, let me tell you why. Remember, a credit report is a report of all the stuff that you've done. So if you have, say you have a Capital One credit card that's at an old address, but that Capital One credit card is still on your credit report. and you want to delete that old address, they will not delete it. Why? Because Capital One is the reason that that address is on there in the first place. So if you want to remove an address, and you probably won't know, you're supposed to remove the account that's associated with it so that the address gets removed. Now, if y'all move around a lot and you don't remember when you apply for these cards, then the only time you're going to know which address goes with which credit card is you're going to have to just dispute all the addresses and then wait for the credit bureaus to send you a letter back saying, we can't dispute because it's associated with, and it'll tell you which account it's associated with. Then you can delete that. Now, here goes my little sidebar. Because I love sharing information, but I am in a business, and this is what business owners do. So if you want to hit the link in the bio to book you a consultation, that would be great. That's for anybody. We could do a credit review. We can go over your taxes, or we can go over any other things that may be broken that you may need some assistance on, okay? Also, if you don't want to have anybody else fix your credit and you want to fix it on your own, I do have a do-it-yourself credit book, okay? I've been selling quite a few of those, all right? So you can hit the link in the bio and you can buy it yourself. You can do this yourself. So a lot of the stuff I'm telling you is in there, but it's easier sometimes if you have somebody telling you versus you just reading it, which is why I'm doing that, okay? So there goes my little me advertising myself, but I just wanted to tell y'all that. And then another thing, and then y'all can ask whatever questions. I'm gonna try to get over here at 8. And another thing that I am seeing too is inquiries, all right? So 3 things with inquiries. 1, they stay on your credit report for 25 months. Okay, that's actually 2 years and 1 month. So 25 months. Okay. 2, if you're going to get a car or your house shopping and you know that you're about to get your credit pulled because you're about to, shop your social security number around, you have 11 days to do so before they go back to reducing your credit score every time they pull your social. So if you go and try to get a car, they're going to run your social. And when they run your social, that's a pull on your credit. It used to be that every time you get a pull on your credit, it's a couple points, 3 points, 2 points, could be 1 point. It just depends, right? But now they realize that's not fair, and they're allowing you up to 11 days. They will only pull your score 1 time, but you'll still have all those inquiries. Now, if you want the inquiries to be removed, all you have to do, they have tricks. It's on my do-it-yourself book that I'll tell you a very quick way you can do it in 24 hours. But here is the normal way. The normal way would be you need to make sure you look on your credit report. And if an inquiry is on your credit and it matches an account that is open on your credit, you cannot remove that inquiry because it is associated with an open account. You can only remove inquiries if you didn't pull, if you didn't get approved for what you applied for, or 2, that account is closed. So if you went and tried to get a care credit and it wasn't approved, you can go and remove that. If you had a care credit and you were approved and it closed 2 years ago, you can remove it because it's now closed. You can't do it if it's open. If you try to remove an inquiry with an account that's open, your account will close. They're not playing these games no more. So if you say that inquiry ain't mine, they're going to shut that account down too. So do not mess with the banks when it comes to that. All right. So let me see what anybody has to say. JC, everybody who is working needs to find a tax account and start your business to save on taxes. I agree. Everybody should have a business. And remember, I tell you all the time, even if you don't run the business, you should have one because of the benefits that it gives. Same thing like marriage. Now, of course, I want people to get married for love, but in the government's eyes, marriage is a business. And you save on taxes. I mean, they have a lot of things that people do just because it works. Now, I ain't telling nobody to run out and get married, but being married is a great way to save on taxes. Having kids is a great way to save on taxes. And having a business is a great way to save on taxes. So if you don't have one of them, or if you got all 3, You should be paying way less than you are unless you make a whole lot of money. And if you make a whole lot of money, you also shouldn't be paying, because nobody else who makes a lot of money is paying a lot of taxes. Okay. Only broke people, and I hate to say it, poor people pay the most of taxes. Rich people pay the least. It's completely backwards, but that's exactly how our system is set up. And Tavy says, how can I report a tax preparer for charging me $765 for filing my refund? Now, a lot of people say there is no rule that says how much you're supposed to charge somebody to do taxes, but there is a little bit of a calculation. It's supposed to be like a percentage of the tax return that they can't go over. Okay. So I was always told that anywhere between $900 and $1,200 was too much. I don't even know how they came to $765. I can't tell you that $765 is too much. Okay. Because I've actually seen way more than that. I normally see people pay anywhere $1,500, $3,000 because they're walking away with 10 and they don't have no problem cutting, the 3,000 to the tax preparer and giving away money. So, and Tavia, if you want to complain about that, then you have to report that person to the IRS. But I would say that $765, it's a little high if anybody on here does taxes, but I'm sure y'all have seen higher than that. So I'm going to say, I don't know if I would tell you to do that, because that's not really that much compared to what I see. Okay. If you owe the IRS, does it have an expiration date? Hell no. No. The expiration date when you stop owing the government is when you die. Okay. Now if it's the student loans, well, hell, student loans until you die too. You can pay on them up to 25 years, but all that's until you die. All right. So no, you will not get out of paying them. So if you owe the IRS, and it's been more than 2 years, if you don't work or you don't think you're going to be able to pay them, you can file bankruptcy and throw them in there. If you don't want to do that, then go ahead on and work and get a payment plan. Why give them your tax check every year? Why keep letting them take money for student loans when you could just get on the payment plan? Especially right now, if some of y'all are defaulting on your student loans, you have not paid, now is the time to get on a payment plan so that you can save your damn tax return. All you need is 3 months of payments. You need 3 months of making payments to whatever student loan servicer you have, and then they will put your loan back into a good status, and then your student loans don't get taken. Okay. So keep that in mind. All right. So how do you do? Okay, let me see. You're welcome, Hollywood Cap. I appreciate it. She said, thank you for all your information. You are a blessing to us. I appreciate that. Sammy, I don't know what's BS. We can talk about it though. It says, can you repeat the information? Okay, it's about the low income. I think I did that. All right. How do I file a hardship? I did over that. You're welcome for the gems, Don. Again, if you're watching and you haven't watched before, please follow. Ask for a pay to delete letter to be sent to the credit. GA Gotcha Club, I guess. So a lot of people do pay for delete. I don't recommend pay for deletes, because the pay for deletes have such a small percentage of working. If anybody wants to know what a pay for delete is, pay for delete is where you write a letter to a collection or a debt collector and say, hey, I will give you X amount of dollars in exchange for deleting this off my credit. Or some people write a check with a certain amount on there, and they put on the memo that, if you will cash this check, you agree to. Those people not doing all them things. I'm just going to say how I do, because this is what I do all the time. We don't have time for pay for delete letters, because they don't have to they don't have to comply with a pay for delete. So a lot of times you do a pay for delete. One, you're wasting time when you're going to give them money anyway. So if you're going to pay them, pay them. I'm already telling you, they're not going to remove it because they don't have to. So why would they do a pay for delete if they don't have to take it off your credit? Now, what they have done is what the debt collectors are doing now is they will tell you that if you will pay us the full amount that you owe, they will delete it from your credit. So remember, if you have a $2,500 Santander bill and you want to make less, and they say, all right, well, we'll take $1,500. But if you pay us $2,500, we'll remove it from your credit. Well, I'm paying them $1,500. And you know why? Because after you pay and it goes to paid and closed or settled for less than the full balance, then I come back and dispute the account after I paid it. And you know what happens? It deletes. Why? Because they don't care about it no more. They're not going to fight you to keep it on there. All they wanted was the money. So I'm not doing a pay for delete. If that's what y'all choose to do, I will give you a template. I don't like them. They take too long. And personally, you end up mailing stuff back and forth. Doing the bankhead. They mailing stuff back and forth when you could just pay them and delete it later. All right. Don, I am in Melbourne, which is not too far from Cocoa. Okay. Lisa says, I have a question. If I receive the 15-month ERAP, is there other programs to help? And that's ERAP. She's talking about the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. I'm not sure what state you are in, but if you are trying to see if there's any more money for assistance, all y'all have to do is dial 211. Okay. Some places it's 311, but the majority of y'all just do 211. And when you talk to them, you tell them you're looking for food assistance, rental assistance, and utility assistance. Okay. There is money out there. It's holiday season. Y'all know somebody at somebody's nonprofit trying to do something to make themselves feel good and to make some of y'all feel good for the holiday season. So there's money out there always at the holiday season. Not to mention, we got Toys for Tots, Marines for Tots, Salvation Army. If y'all haven't signed up y'all children, y'all family and loved ones for these programs to get some of these gifts, please do so. And then too, if y'all do have a business and you want to donate, go on and donate. Do something good, make yourself feel good. Don't worry, God will bless you. All right. So make sure you we are all helping the next man, because that's what we're supposed to do. Okay. Let's see. Miss Honey says, I have stuff reporting from my married and maiden name. Is that okay? Yes, if you have stuff from your married or your maiden name, that is fine. But if any of the accounts that you had when you were married, if they're closed and say you're no longer married anymore, you can have those removed, because more than likely you might have went back to your maiden name. So if you're carrying some old debt from when you were married, we don't do that. We don't have to do that. There are ways to get that off too. We just have to really just find out what your situation is so that I can give you your best answer. Okay. Miss Pam says, wow, you just bought light into my situation. That's right, Miss Pam, get you that life insurance. I'm telling you, I got a whole and a term life. And a term life lasts until you're 75. And remember, if you die on whatever insurance policy it is, your family gets to keep all that money tax free. Okay, so Uncle Sam don't have nothing to do with what you got going on. You get to give your money to your family members tax free. That's how you keep them folks out your business, and that's exactly what rich people do. Okay. Let's see. Everybody who was working. Okay, yes, we said that. How can I report? Okay, we did that. Nope. All right. Let me see. Thank you, Brandy. What's your opinion on the tax preparer charging almost $800 to file a refund? Okay, I went over that, Antavia. I'm not one of those tax preparers. I really don't know how some people can charge so much, but that's just how they choose to come up with their pricing. Darren says, what was that about getting help with car problems? That's not a car insurance. That is the minor auto repair program, and that's for individuals who are low income. It's not everywhere. It's only in St. Lucie County so far that I've seen. Who could I contact to get help starting up my small business? You can hit me up, Miss April. We could talk. Let's see what you got going on and see what you are trying to do. And maybe if I can't help you, I can put you in the right direction, but I'm sure I can, because I do this all the time. If you pay partial amount of collection, I was told the balance you did not pay is considered income. Is that true? That is somewhat true. Good. Very good question, Miss Deborah. Okay. Miss Deborah says, so Miss Deborah has a $2,000 credit card. It's a Victoria's Secret. She didn't pay it. It charged off, but she wants to offer them some money to pay it so that it can go away. So instead of her paying $2,000, she says, well, I'm going to pay y'all $800. And y'all will have to just eat the $1,200. And Victoria's Secret's going to say, okay, yeah, we're going to do that. And then at tax time, she's going to get a 1099-K. I believe it's a K or C. Whatever it is, it's called a cancellation of debt. So it's either a K or a C. Miss Pinky, I know you're on here. Help me out. So it's either 1099-K or 1099-C. And what they do is they send that to you, and now you have to add that $1,200 as income to your income when you do your taxes. So that is very true, Miss Deborah. Now, that doesn't happen all the time. It's usually a certain amount that they do it on. But yes, you can ask if they are going to do that. Hey, am I going to get a bill from y'all saying I got to pay y'all the rest of this? Find out. There's nothing wrong with asking. So thank you. I'm glad that you brought that up. But I'll tell you this, I'd rather slap it on my income at tax time than to pay it out of my pocket, because I know at least at taxes, most of y'all can write some of that off. If you end up owing because you got to add that in, some of y'all got businesses, that's the time you can write that off. You have a better chance of writing it off and not paying it than to pay them the money and get it. And then it may not even be removed from your credit. Okay. So good question, Miss Deborah. It says, okay, if you make a deal to pay a partial on the collection, I was told, okay, good. I answered that one. Is it safe to assume if we haven't received third stimulus, we have to file an upcoming tax year? Hey, Erica. Yes. If you have not received all of your stimuluses, you will. We don't know. Let me say that. The software hasn't come out yet for next year. I am hoping that they put a question asking you about the $1,400 stimulus. They should put that on there. But the tax software for 2022 season has not been out yet. Okay, has not come out yet. If they don't, it doesn't matter. You can still do the payment trace form. Okay, so send me a message, Erica, and I'll see the form, and you can at least trace the money. I mean, you still got another 60 days, or so before tax season starts. So you can see if they can find it before a new tax season comes in. Okay. Mom Win says, can you buy a house with low credit? You can buy a house with a 580. You absolutely can buy a house with low credit. I don't recommend it because the interest rate is going to be through the roof and you are going to be very mad. And if you have low credit, the chances of you being able to keep that house after you own it is low. So I don't ever send anybody that works with me with a 580 to go get a house. Okay. If you don't have a minimum of a 640 or a 660, 670, that's what they really want. So the higher you can get your score, the better. But if you can't, fine. But 640 is your minimum. Okay. All right, Miss Maboo, give me a call. You know I got you. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? All right. And oh yeah, thank you, Dwight. If y'all haven't adjusted y'all clocks, please do, because I know I've been all messed up, all messed up with the time. So if y'all have not, please make sure y'all adjust y'all time. I gotta go do that. I gotta change my microwave, my oven. I swear, I wish it did it all on its own. This is just too much work. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate that very much. I do. I love giving y'all the info. Samantha says, I do it myself. Need to learn how to do self-employment. Not hard at all. If y'all are interested in doing a tax class, let me tell you, the tax business is a very lucrative business. Y'all see old girl says she paid $765 to get her taxes done. Okay. So imagine $765 just by 10 people. You made what? Don't make me do the math. Okay. That's a lot. All I know is it's more than $8,000. And that's just with 10 people. So hey, y'all want to look at something to do? That is something to do. And I do offer a tax class. Okay. I'm doing individuals. I'm not doing a group class this year. I'm doing everybody individually. Thank you to the people that have already signed up. Some of y'all sent me messages after watching my live and say y'all done thought about it. Thank you. It is only $3.99. You get the software and you get me as your tech support. Okay. And we do one-on-one. So I teach you your self-employment and all of those things that you need to do because tax season is lucrative. Okay. Now I want y'all to do people right, but you can't charge people $765. Okay. I wouldn't, but you absolutely can. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. All right. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. All right, and let's see. I have a Colonial Life Insurance. Now that I'm older, I want to go up amount, pay on the premium, want to reduce the final amount. To go. Miss Darlin, I'm not sure what you're asking. I think you're saying now that you're older, you don't want your premium to go up. But just if anybody knows, the older you are, especially if you get your premium at an older age for life insurance, it will be a lot more expensive, which is why I strongly suggest there's nothing wrong with getting life insurance on the kids. Now, I know people like Dave Ramsey and some of those other financial gurus will tell you not to do it. And they don't believe in you getting life insurance because life insurance is supposed to replace income if an individual were to die. And children don't work, parents work. But if you subscribe to the infinite banking system that I told you guys about, you can get life insurance for children. And by the time they turn 18, they'll never have to walk into a bank to borrow any money because their life insurance would have almost matured to its full value. The younger you get it, you could get, and then think about it. You get them a policy at 5 and you get whatever large amount that you want. It has time to earn its cash value because that child, we pray and believe, going to live till they're way beyond 18. But instead of letting them go to a bank to get their first car, now they can borrow from themselves. Okay. So if I didn't answer your question, Ms. Darrell, send me a message. Okay. Omar says, is it very hard to get bankruptcy off your credit report when it's been 7 years ago? Bankruptcies can be removed off your credit. And yes, it can be difficult. It is some people, and I've worked with some people to get theirs off. And part of the issue of why all 3 of them didn't come off is because they didn't want to do everything that was required. If you really want to get this done, you got to listen to the person that you're working with. It's not just paperwork and picking up the phone and making some phone calls. Sometimes people got to change their driver's license. Y'all heard that? Sometimes you got to change your driver's license, Omar. So if you haven't done that, we might need to talk so I can tell you why it's not. Why it hasn't come off. Now, what you choose to do with it is on you. But yes, it can come off. And yes, I absolutely do bankruptcies. I am a bankruptcy petition preparer. I file bankruptcies for individuals, or shall I say, I fill out your paperwork to assist you because there are people who need to get out of debt. And bankruptcy sometimes is that way to get out of debt and start over fresh. Okay, especially if you're drowning. Does a bankruptcy make it hard to buy a home? Nope. Bankruptcy means you got to wait 2 years before you buy a home. Some of y'all credit so bad, you won't even be able to get a house in 2 years. Okay. So so when people frown, when they say 2 years, 24 months, and I look at their credit and I go, well, what is we going to do with these repos? Because these repos, hell, they got 3 more years left to sue you. So sometimes bankruptcy can be a better option. So not really. It doesn't make it hard. You just got to wait 2 years. And the only reason why is because bankruptcy is a federal government program. It's not, this isn't your mom and pop stuff. This is a federal government program, which means Uncle Sam is saying, if you broke and you can't pay your bills, come to me and I'm going to take care of you to make sure that nobody sues you. And that's exactly how I sell or talk about bankruptcy when I talk to some people who sit there and act like they have no clue, or they just can't do it because their auntie said don't do it, their grandma said don't do it, or my best friend did it and they didn't have a good experience. That's because they were working with an attorney and not somebody that knows how to fix credit. I don't look at bankruptcy from from the way your attorney does, because your attorney is only trying to make sure that the paperwork is filed and charge you a whole lot. Okay, so it's really going to depend on your situation. If it's a Chapter 7, which is the most basic and easiest bankruptcy to do, a lot of us can walk in, wipe the debt, be done, buy a house in 2 years, get credit after 6 months, and they're happy. Like I said, I did 4 this week. So people listening, okay? And yes, I am doing a tax class, Miss Tanisha. Yes, ma'am, I am. Let's say Darnell says, can you still get a house with no money down? How true is that? You can get a house with no money down when you do certain programs. Getting a house with no money, but if you're a veteran, you can get a house with no money down. I'm a vet. I bought my house with no money down. Why? Because the VA was underwriting. They underwritten my loan. They were kind of like the co-signer for me in private. So if you're a veteran, yeah. If you go and you use the first-time home buyer program, yes, you could get a house with no money down. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to use somebody else's money. It means you're going to have to take a class. You got to have good credit in some situations. Sometimes you can borrow bond money from the government to pay your down payment. There's ways to get other people's money to pay for your down payment so that you don't have to. But don't ever think that you're going to walk into a house and not pay anything, because you do need to pay inspection fees. You're going to need your someone to come in and look at that house, make sure that pool is good to go. There are a lot of things you are going to want to pay for: termite inspection, wind, all of those things. So don't ever think you're just going to pay nothing and walk into a house. At least have a couple thousand to the side. 2, 3, 5 would be great. I don't believe in putting any money down to buy a house, but that's just me. I find programs that I don't have to do that. But I did have to have some to pay for my inspections. Okay. All right. So, and yes, Miss Alicia, I do. If I did not answer your question, Sheila, I have a duplicate medical bill, the same collection agency, and I want them to be removed. Yeah, there are a lot of people that they're going to be on their duplicate. Now, there's 2 types of duplicates. Duplicate, as in if you owe $763 and it's on there 2 and 3 times, there's that duplicate. All you got to do is dispute. They should remove the ones that came off that are double, unless you went to the hospital and got treated and got the same test or whatever, or treatment, and then they just billed you more than one time. Okay. The other duplicate is $763 is on there from Midland Funding, but then they sold it to Portfolio Recovery, and now you got another $763. That is not the same as the other one. That is, they sold the debt. Now the same debt is on there twice, but from 2 different debt collectors. So in that case, you are still responsible for both of them. All right. So not necessarily the same. It says, who should I sign children with? You can sign children with anyone, Miss Pam. If you're interested, send me a message and I will see if I can find who's in your area and get somebody to call and at least run some numbers so you can see what these rates are. I think life insurance is the way to go. And again, I don't have to tell y'all people dying. All y'all got to do is turn the news on. I just want people to be able to have something so their family is not going to be out there like the dude, Ezel from Friday, having his wife come on the social media saying that if y'all really like my husband, y'all would give some money to pay for his funeral. It don't work like that. Okay. So nobody's responsible to pay for your body to go into the ground. That's nobody. That's your job. Okay, sorry y'all, but that's your job. And you can get a $10,000. It only costs $800 to get cremated, y'all. Okay, so if you can't find you a policy that's 1, 2, 3,000, a couple thousand, then something wrong. Okay, everybody should be able to pay for them to have somewhere to lay when they dead. You'll find some place for you to lay with you alive. I bet you make sure you lay in a bed every night, or at least close to it if it ain't a futon or something. So you should be able to do the same thing when you're dead. All right. And I'm going to answer these couple questions. I'm going to let y'all go. Miss Malvina says, hey, Shamika, what is it about the car problem in St. Lucie County? It's called the minor auto repair program. I'm going to post it in my story. As soon as I get off this live, it's going to be on Facebook. And if y'all on TikTok and you don't follow me on Facebook, you should. Because I do try to post her often. Is Gerber good for the beginning child insurance? Gerber is term life. So Gerber is not the type of insurance that you can get that builds cash value. Term life means it's going to end at a certain time. Whole life stays with you for your whole life. It costs more because it stays. So Gerber is just term. If you want term, great. If you don't, I wouldn't use Gerber. You do bankruptcy people in North Carolina. I can do bankruptcy for anybody in any state because all the paperwork is the same. It's a federal program. So the paperwork doesn't change just because you live in a different state. The only thing I would have to know is what city you live in so I can find out what bankruptcy court is closest to you. And y'all know another reason why it's a good time to do bankruptcy? Because you don't have to go to court. It's COVID. They're not letting people walk into the courtroom. You do bankruptcy just like this. On the phone with them people, telling them, I can't pay these bills. Nope, I can't pay them. Nope, I don't work. I'm out of money. Whatever you say. Okay. So who would not want to go and dismiss all their bills and not even have to sit and face nobody? It's not even a conference call like a Zoom. It's just straight over the phone. Okay. So yes, Miss Darling, we could talk about it. Yes, ma'am. Off topic. Andrea says off topic, but if I update my payment info on the child tax credit website, how long will it take to receive the payment? Andrea, if you update it now in the child tax credit portal, you will get your payment normally because you still have 7 days before you get your check. Today is the 8th. So today is the last day that you can make any changes and it will still come to you on time. Okay. My tax preparer put self-repair instead of his name. Is that correct? No, that is not correct. See, that's what I'm talking about, Keisha. I'm sorry, I mean to use your name, but that's the kind of stuff that makes me mad because tax preparers know exactly what the hell they're doing. Now, y'all heard what she said? I'm going to tell you if you didn't. She said her tax preparer put self-prepared on her taxes. Self-prepared means she filed them, which means if anything goes wrong, you're responsible, Keisha, not your tax preparer. That person thought they was slick, but that is not right. Okay. If you filed your taxes, then it is self-prepared because you did it. So if I go into TurboTax and print my stuff from my account, that is self-prepared. But if you paid somebody some money to do your taxes and they put self-prepared, and how will you know? I know y'all asking. When you go on your taxes, you see the taxes say 1040 at the top in the left-hand corner. On the second page of the 1040, look at the bottom of the page and where the signature goes. Yours should be for the client and theirs should be for the tax preparer. If they did self-prepared, then they did you dirty. That means if anything goes wrong, they can only come to you and not to your tax preparer. And a lot of them are doing that because they don't want to lose their license for messing up your taxes by getting you money that they know they shouldn't have got you in the first place. Brandy, if you want to do my one-on-one tax class, send me a message in the inbox and I'll send you some information. I am going to get ready. The tax software is almost ready to come out for the next year. I was going to wait to start doing classes in December just because I'd rather teach y'all closer to the time that the software is actually out versus teaching y'all, then come back and teaching y'all when it comes out. I want to do it one time this year, okay? So send me a message on Facebook and then we can talk. Ronnie Rich says, just want to say thanks for helping my brother in a time of need. You are truly appreciated. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. If anybody's locked up, y'all got some people that's locked up, I'll be working with them, okay? I got people that be writing me for prison, be calling me for prison. Just because they're in prison don't mean they can't get their money, y'all. So please, let's not take advantage of these folks. Let's make sure they get their check. They should get their first, their second, and their third. The first stimulus is the only stimulus that they can take for child support. That second and that third is theirs. All right. So if you got somebody in locked up or you got somebody in one of them homes and they didn't get their money, make sure they get their money. Okay. And you're very welcome, Ronnie Rich. I appreciate that. Deborah says, wow, that's one of the reasons I do my own and I refuse to pay, but mine is simple. I'm telling you, Deborah, because you see how people do stuff? They be messing folks up because they know that y'all clients, they know y'all don't know. So they take advantage of that. And that's the type of stuff that's messed up, to put that you prepared it, but they did them for you. And Blessed One says, I need help paying my business taxes. Well, I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody else, if you've already filed your regular taxes and you have not filed your business taxes, then, and this is if your business is fairly new and you didn't make that much money. If you didn't hardly make any money, go on in and wait and file it on your next year's. It don't make no sense of doing it right now. Because when you file your business taxes, hopefully y'all will file your business taxes with your regular taxes so you don't have to pay so much in taxes. Why? Because a lot of y'all did not prepare to plan to pay your taxes throughout the year. That's why so many of y'all owe. A lot of y'all that are 1099 employees, what you're supposed to do, they don't tell you this. You're supposed to sit with somebody, me, and we'll look at what you get paid and do how much you get paid throughout the whole year. If you get paid every 2 weeks, I'm going to figure out how much you get paid every 2 weeks and how much that's going to be for the whole 26 weeks in a year. And if that comes out to $100,000, then I'm going to say, based off your income, you're in this tax bracket and you need to pay this much to IRS and taxes. And we will break that up over 3 periods out the year. And you can pay X amount of dollars now, you can pay X amount in March, another amount in August, and then another amount in December. Boom. Now you paid them. And then when you go file your taxes, you actually don't owe anything. That's what people do. So that is something for y'all to pay attention to when y'all doing y'all taxes. Okay. So look, let me go in here. I'm just looking, then I'm gonna let y'all go because y'all know I hate leaving people after 8. It says, had a car repo years back, but it got sold to different company. I disputed it a couple times. No, Omar. If the repo was sold to a different company, we first got to see what year it is. Depending on how new it is, makes it hard. And let me also tell you, repos are very, very difficult to remove. depending on, like I said, 3 years or older, it's better to pick up the phone and see what they'll settle for. Because, and I don't care if anybody tells you they'll do a credit sweep and wipe everything off. Credit sweeps ain't sweeping credit like it used to. So that old game that they used to play by wiping everything off, they can't do that no more. The credit bureaus don't caught on. Okay, they're not wiping them like that. It's taking them 3, 4, 5, 6 times before everything comes off. You can keep disputing it, or you can wait a couple months and then do it again. Because right now your paperwork is still on their desk because you keep doing it every month. So sometimes you need to take a break and then go back at it again. All right. But you can hit that link in the bio and I'll tell you what you really need to do based off of the actual dates. Okay. Deborah says 401k loan during COVID. It allows you to pay taxes over 3 years. Can you discuss that? So if you took a 401k loan, but this is only for 2020, Miss Deborah. So if you took money out in 2020, you don't have to pay any taxes on it. Now, if you took out money from your 401k in 2021, you got penalized when you took the money out from your company that's managing your 401k, but the IRS is going to penalize you at tax time unless you have what they call is a qualified distribution code. That means that you won't get taxed. Give you an example. If you say, I took out the money from my 401k in 2020 because I wanted to go back to college, higher education, then the IRS, they don't hit you with that extra 10%. What's another one? If you say, I want to take money out and roll it over into another 401k, they don't penalize you for that. That's probably a bad example, but I'm giving you another one of when they don't. The 401, the higher education one, that's the one that majority of people I know use. But they do have different reasons, not a lot. They have a few reasons that you could put that the IRS won't charge you. They won't penalize you. So if you take out one of those, then you don't have to pay any taxes on that money, period. Because you put that distribution code in. Okay. So I don't know about over the 3 years, because when you take out money from your 401k, you normally report it in that next tax season. Now that's unless you don't file taxes for 3 years, but I don't recommend anybody to go without filing taxes for 3 years. I don't. Please stay in your tax year and file. There's no reason to hold, even if you don't get all your W-2s. Did you know the IRS has a form that you can fill out that says, I guessed what my taxes were going to be because I don't have all my W-2s? They thought of everything. They just know that y'all don't know. But yes, there's a real form that you can do that. It's a guesstimation for your taxes. They'll let you guess because they know you don't have everything. Yep, they really do. Okay, Darren says, if I file bankruptcy in work, can the government interfere with your money? If you file bankruptcy in work, no, they don't. And the only time I see the government interfering because you have a bankruptcy or them crossing paths is if you work for FBI or you work for one of those jobs that you got a certain type of clearance and they're going to be notified that, hey, you got somebody that got some financial problems and they have a high security clearance. But other than that, no. Bankruptcy is a federal program, so it's completely legal. It's your right to do it. You're a citizen. It's something that's afforded to you. Did I tell y'all Donald Trump filed 5 times and he's still rich? So why are we not filing? And y'all are not y'all. We're going to say we don't have anything compared to him. So why would we not file to save the little bit of stuff that we have? But he can file 5 times and keep everything that he has. That doesn't make sense. They keep these types of programs away from poor people because they don't want to empower you to do what wealthy people are doing. That's why there's such a big divide between the wealthy and the poor, because they don't share information. That's the only thing that makes one person rich and another person poor, is because one person has information. Anybody can become rich with a lot of information. That's a fact. All right. You took it out under COVID, but they still charge tax. Yes, Deborah, you can still pay tax on the 20. You can pay the first 10%, but the other 10 you do not have to pay to the IRS if you put in the right tax. If you put in the right distribution code, you do not pay that additional 10%. Okay, for taking money out of your 401k. It says I had. Can we go back to the homeowner assistance for Georgia? So the homeowner assistance program. If y'all want the links, please send me a message. I'll send you the link list. You can look up your own state to see. These states are supposed to give us money, but they did not. And that's real unfortunate. I think it sucks, but they have not given out money, but they owe it to a lot of y'all. So if you haven't seen, you want to know where your money at, please get the link list from me. And if you ain't getting the money, you need to call your governor and say, where is this money? It's in the plan. It is in the third stimulus package that's already signed and approved. Why don't we have this money? Why isn't anybody acting an ass about that? That's $10,000 that some of y'all who live in homes ain't never gonna get, because they probably not gonna pay. I don't want to leave money on the table, and I hope y'all don't either. Okay. If I send me, Miss Darla, send me a message on Facebook. It will come to me, and I will send it to you, because I need your email, and I will send you the link list. Okay. And anybody who's watching here on TikTok, you can also send me one on Instagram. Okay. And then let me see. So if you pay off a high dollar credit card before the year, and you can text it off, pay off a high. No, you can't. If you don't pay the full amount, they will send you a bill so that you can claim it as income. But if you pay it, you don't get any tax breaks, because that's the debt that you incurred. So no. Let's see. They still sending my good night, everyone. How's everyone? Everybody's good. Cancer motivation. I would like to sign up for the tax class. Send me a message on Instagram and I will help you out. How to apply for infinite banking. Infinite banking is a concept. It is not something you apply for. All you do is get the life insurance, and then you take the concept and apply it to your lifestyle. You teach your children this. This is what you go back and you teach your family. When me and my family get together, I tell them about all this stuff I'm telling y'all. Why? Because this is how we become wealthy. We got to share knowledge. That's the one thing that has happened that we don't do anymore. Okay. Thinking about getting my daughter one. She's 14. I'm telling you, Samantha Spencer, you're going to be very happy. She can go in and get a one. She's going to love getting a life insurance policy, because now you're going to tell her, I'm equipping you to have your own money and never have to walk in the bank. Now, you can still use a bank. Banks are great. But now she doesn't have to in the event she gets bad credit. Something happens. Now she has a way to get money on her own. Can you change your license number? You can only change your license number if you change your license, and more than likely some of your information has to change in order for your license to change. So probably not. Will it be easy to file my own business taxes? No. If you do not know how to do taxes, it will not. How long is a tax class? It's as long as you and I have to work together until you get it. It's one day. But taxes is data entry. So it's not going to be as difficult as you think. Once I teach stuff differently. So hopefully you will be able to get it and you won't be lost. Okay. Do I have bankruptcy classes? I don't have bankruptcy classes, but I do consultations where we can talk. And we mostly do that through credit. And if you need bankruptcy, that is something I would send you some stuff to read or video to watch. And if you think that's something you want to do, then we can talk about that. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay. So I read all those. All right. Mortgage relief program info. Send me a message on Instagram. I will send you the link list, and you can go and look for your own state to see where it's at. Bless One says, I didn't file personal taxes this year. You should, honey. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Do I offer consultations? Yes, I do. Link in the bio. What about a DUI? A DUI doesn't show up on your credit. It can show up in the public record. You cannot wipe off expenses for a DUI because those are criminal charges. The only thing that you can do with a DUI is to pay the fees associated with it. And now, if you're a veteran, I don't know if you're a veteran, but if you're a veteran, there are sometimes you can close your file. If you can hide your file. Certain states, Florida has that you can keep your record away from certain people where they can't see it. But if you have a DUI, that's basically going to show everywhere. And really, you would have to get a CPN and become a whole new person for them not to know about it. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard to get away from that. Do you offer consultations or pick my brain? Yes, I do. I call them discovery sessions. So yes, if you want to do a consultation, please hit the link in the bio. And again, infinite banking, it's a concept, not something you can apply for. Hey, First Nation Goddess, please follow. I hope you did. Auntie Lucy says, I am 62. I want to access my retirement account for a pool. If you want to access your retirement account, All you got to do is call the company that manages your retirement and tell them you want to do a withdrawal. Okay. 62 is not a bad age to do a withdrawal. Depending on when you got it, you should be able to withdraw penalty free because you are over 59 and a half. Okay. You deserve to get you a pool, Miss Lucy. So get you one. Just make sure. But you know what, Miss Lucy, if you have a home, you might be better off getting a home equity line of credit than to doing the retirement. But you could do either one. A Roth IRA. So now y'all going a little deep on all of those things. I'm gonna tell you, they got a couple. They got the simple IRA, the Roth IRA, and the SEP IRA. And if I'm not mistaken, the differences are the amounts that you can put in for the year, how much you can put in for a year, and also when you can withdraw. So I'll give y'all an example. When I was overseas, when I went to Iraq, someone told me, the first thing they told me when I sat down, when you get over there, because you start making a lot of money, they say, well, do you want to keep the most of your money? And I'm like, hell yeah, I want to keep my money. And they said, well, if you want to keep the majority of your money, you need to max out your IRA. And at first, I didn't know what they meant, but I caught on. In order for me to not get taxed as much on my money, I put as much pre-tax dollars into the IRA so that they could tax me on less money. And if that doesn't make sense to y'all, if you made $1 and if you get taxed on 6 cents, okay, isn't that what it is? 6%? 6% sales tax on $1 makes it, well, 7%. So you'll be owing like what, 106, 107 for something. But if you take that dollar and say, well, I'm gonna get a church 30 cents, that leaves me with 70 cents. Now they do that 6% or 7% sales tax on what's left over. That's the same thing an IRA does. That's the only reason they have it. That is what a retirement account does. It allows you to take the majority of the money that you can afford to live without and put it in some place that's a tax shelter where they won't hit you, they won't mess with it, and you get taxed on what's left of your money. So that's how you pay the government less money. That's a tax strategy that wealthy people or people who work, some people get 401ks and don't even know why. They get them because the people at their job said, but that's why you get it. And then all that money accumulates. Okay, it accumulates. And then when it's time to retire, now you got a nice nest egg to retire on. That is why they always say any extra money you get, throw it into your retirement. That's why, because that's less money they tax you on. Y'all know it's going to be harder to hide taxes. It's going to be harder not taxes. It's going to be harder to hide money. Y'all see what the IRS is trying to do. So now all the money y'all make needs to be intentionally going certain places so that they can't start saying, well, is that income? Oh, that looked like you made that money from so-and-so. You didn't report that. That's how you, and I'm not trying to teach anybody how to evade taxes, but I am trying to teach you guys how to be smart and not give away so much of your money. Okay. That's one of the ways. All right. Hey, Noldy. Let's see. The first time buyers link, Darnell, send me a message and I'm gonna tell you where you can go for that because I got to see where you live. Okay. How do I sign up for the Infinity Banking class? It's not a class, y'all. It's a concept. It's just a way to think. But if you want me to send you, I got a little, matter of fact, if you want to know something about the infinite banking system, then I'm going to post it on my Instagram story and I'm going to post it on Facebook story right after this. And then I just want y'all to screenshot and keep it. Okay. And save them as favorites in your phone. So if you ever forget how it works, that's how it works. Basically, use your life insurance to put money in your pocket so you don't have to go to the bank. That's all it is. Tina says, I have a question. I watched your video about a CPN number. I have one, but I'm having trouble getting approved by a property management company. Well, Tina, you ain't supposed to tell nobody you got a CPN, boo. You got to keep that on the low because that's not, no, you ain't supposed to tell nobody, but it's okay. Real quick. If you're having a problem getting approved by a property management company, it's probably because you have no trade lines on that CPN. And if you have nothing giving you a score with your CPN, then you probably are not going to be able to get anything because they're going to know when they run that number and nothing comes back, they know that's not real. Who in 2021, that's not a child that doesn't have something on their credit, at least a medical bill. Okay. So if you're having problems getting approved for that apartment, that's because you probably don't have any trade lines and you need to add some, meaning go apply for Capital One, Go apply for MGD Direct. Go apply for road loans. Go apply for go on what's the car company that delivered a car to y'all house? What's that car company, y'all? I can't think of the name right now, but you can go on all those places and apply, and you want it to pull that credit so that it can show an inquiry, and that's when you'll generate a score. It is so funny how many people have talked to me about a CPN. I'm so glad I made that video, but I wish I didn't. And if y'all don't know, I do have a YouTube page, and I do make a lot of videos doing the same thing I'm doing now, but at least on the YouTube, it's a specified topic. So that's what you need to do, Tina. I don't like to give people info on the CPNs, but I know people be in situations, so I don't judge. P. Williams says, hey, Shamika, do you have any information on health insurance options? Looking for options. Yes, I do. November 1st, healthcare.gov open back up. So if you guys do not have insurance, there's no excuse. Go to healthcare.gov and you should pick your plan by your income level and by what that plan covers. Now, if you need help with the application, I'm just letting y'all know, I have been, my company, my nonprofit, we have been selected by healthcare.gov, by CMS, the Medicaid and Medicare people, to assist y'all filling out the applications for free. Okay, so y'all heard me, for free. So if you stay in one of those states that will allow you to sign up for healthcare.gov and you need help with doing your application, I absolutely do it for free. I can use the numbers if anybody needs help with doing that. I can use the numbers to turn in. I like my agency to look good. Okay, we did 600 free taxes last year. I want to do 650 free applications to get y'all some insurance. So let's keep it going. All right. That's right. Click the link in my bio, Chantel. Thank you, Brandy. Carvana. Go to Carvana and put that on your thing, Tina. Go on there. Run that CPN if you're gonna do it. Run it, okay? Let's see. How do you get licensed for tax credit and obtain more knowledge about that in the credit consultant? Well, Ms. K, MKK, you need to hit me up and I will tell you. I definitely will help you out with all of those, okay? Let's see. What's the top credit union? Navy Federal, without a doubt. Says, with the whole life policy, can you take the money out before 35? Absolutely. You can take money out of your life insurance as soon as it has earned cash value. If you need 500 and your cash and your thing only raised enough for 500, well, boom, there go your loan. But I want mine to sit until I can go and get me a grip. I want to be able to go and pull $30,000-$40,000 out so I can make or even 60, so I can go and get me a property and fix and flip. I don't want y'all to go and start using it for little things. Okay, this is supposed to be for big things. But yes, you can take it out way before 35. Absolutely can. Did I talk about investing? Well, I'm not going to talk about it here, but I'm going to tell y'all what I am doing. I have created a Discord. It was taking me a long time to figure out where can I put all this information in one place, okay? So I have created the Discord. We are tying up the loose ends to that now. And in the Discord, it's going to be better than this because I'm going to go live every day for a short period of time. And I have other people on my Discord who are experts, okay? So on the Discord, we're going to have credit. We're going to have side hustles where and I'm not going to just talk about side hustles. We're going to make money off of side hustles. We're going to be doing investing in crypto. We're going to tell y'all where to invest in crypto. If y'all interested in learning about crypto, we're going to have all of that in this Discord. So that way we can talk amongst ourselves. Now, of course, it's going to be subscription based. Okay. This is a business, but you will make 10 times as much as you pay for your subscription in a year, just because you're going to be able to get a credit card. You're going to be able to have your side hustle, or we're going to save it for you in taxes, but you will make the money back in some form or fashion. But I'm not going to put it out yet because we're not finished. We should be finished by next Monday. So y'all stay tuned, but the Discord is going to be all that. And that's where I'm going to have my classes. So if y'all want to take some of the class, not my tax class, but all the other classes, because I have a lot of info to give. Okay. This is all I do. I don't have no kids, y'all. So Shamika be on the computer and reading and in books all the time. And there's a lot of stuff out there that y'all don't know. So if y'all ever interested, I'm gonna make sure y'all get in that Discord, because it's gonna be some stuff for y'all. Okay. Walmart is an easy one, but they ain't gonna approve it because it's Capital One. That is very hard to get approved. If you want to do a class on Roth IRAs, at least to give y'all the gist of the overview, we absolutely can do that. But that's kind of stuff we want to do in the Discord, because I only want to teach people who want to be taught versus individuals who do not want to. Okay. If your score is 783, woo, that's great. 760 is perfect credit. Okay. So y'all people trying to get 800, 850, you don't even need it. You just need a 760 and you win there. Okay. If need to, what credit cards are good to apply for a mid-income person? Well, credit cards don't really go by mid-income. I mean, I get what you're saying, credit cards, but if you good credit cards, for us, I go by age, okay, instead of income level. But anything that's with Navy Federal that's not their secure card, any American Express, Discover is always good. And I'm a big fan of getting you a Chase or a Capital One. What makes the difference is your limit. Okay. I know somebody who's 20 something and has a 20 something $1,000 limit. That's what I care about, not the income level. Because credit card companies don't care how much money you make. They just want you to get in debt to them. Okay. So as long as you're using that card, they're going to always keep giving you more money. So that's what they want to see. So if you want to get more credit, then you either need to start being strategic about how you're raising your score, or you need to start spending you need to start using your credit or add some trade lines. So we don't go by income. You're welcome, Miss Tina. All right, build your CPN profile by applying for things. That's right. That's exactly right. We got to build it. Yes, Miss Liz, hit me up. Okay, Shamika said, Shamika, you should write a book. One day I hope to write one. I really do. And yes, I do mentor. People ask me to mentor, but I don't be thinking people be serious. I don't really think they want to do it. Look, I have to get one myself. So, yes, each one should teach one. Where should you put your money that you can pull out and use without the bank? Bam, under the mattress. Even better, safe deposit box. How many of y'all is willing to pay $8 or $10 a month to basically hide your money inside the bank? Because that's what a safe deposit box is going to do. Now, you can't never tell the bank you're putting cash in there, because if once the bank know you're putting cash, they're going to say you can't do it. So you don't never tell them you're putting cash. You just get your safe deposit box. You put in there whatever the hell you want, because it's your personal thing. But if you ever got in trouble, they froze your bank accounts, guess what? You can always walk to the safe deposit box, because they don't freeze your safe deposit. They just freeze your bank account. You can go in there and get you some money. Even smarter, go and open a bank account at one place, but have a safe deposit box at another. That way, the place that you have the safe deposit box, they have no reason to freeze nothing, because you don't bank with them. Okay, that's just something you can do. So if you want to know a place where you can put your money, and I'm like, again, I don't try to tell y'all to cheat, but safe deposit box. Okay. And stocks and dividends. MK Cali, we're gonna talk. You had to hit me up. We could talk. Aunt Lucy says, I retire in 4 years. And what the best way to invest? About $3,000 a month. Wow, that's a good question. If I mean, you definitely gonna have to split that up. If you got $3,000 to invest a month, the one thing that I would like to see you do is find you a business that's going to make you some money. So you could be, at $3,000, you should be able to possibly get you another place, finance you another place and make it an Airbnb. You could get you a car, get a couple of them. You could put them on Turo. You can, golly, I would have to talk to you to see all the things that you could do, but those are probably my two favorite, and those are the quickest way to make money is Turo and the Airbnb, because people always need a place to sleep, and they always need a place to and they're always going to need to get around. Public transportation is too hard to find, especially if you live down here in Florida and some of these places in Georgia and these not large city places, you can't get around. All right. So, but if you have that much to invest, definitely put some into crypto. Y'all know I tell y'all about that all the time. Tesla is doing really good. I'm gonna tell y'all another one now. I'm just iHeartRadio. Okay, now I don't know how many of y'all probably pay attention, but I know y'all know who Charlemagne the God is, and the Breakfast Club and all of that. But he is now partnered with iHeartRadio. He's been partnered with them for a long time. But iHeartRadio is now, they have some of the hottest podcasts that are out there right now. And iHeartRadio just went to IPO, which means they're getting ready to become a stock that you can buy. But if you get in when it's an IPO, you get it cheaper and you can buy more of it before it opens to the public. So if you are not sure what that means, go download the Robinhood app. Okay, Robinhood. And Robinhood will send you notifications of when a new company is in IPO stage. And you then can just, what I do when I find something that's going in IPO, I go and search on Google to see what people are saying about it. Let me go look on YouTube. Let me see what some of these people are saying. And if it's something that I feel is good, I'll buy some. That's what you guys should be doing, because y'all know cash going away. I don't want to get too deep into that. Let me see what time it is, 8:40, and I'm way over. So anyway, let me see. Name a good insurance. What type of insurance? Life insurance. AAA has life insurance. You could get life insurance through your bank. If you have a mortgage, you can get life insurance through your mortgage company. You can get life insurance through almost anybody. They got Transamerica. You are going to find that there are going to be some companies that have horrible reputations. Listen, life insurance company, their whole job is to take your money, hope you die, and never pay it out. Just keeping it real. They don't want to pay you the money. They never do. They hope that you do something that violates the agreement so that they don't have to give you nothing. But they pay out as long as you die of natural causes or within your agreement, you should be fine. Okay. So to me, they're all bad because none of them want to pay. So you just have to get with who you get with. Okay. And who gives you the best rate. Vanguard is okay too. I'm a AAA member. I had AAA for a very long time until I found out that I was paying way too much money. So I dropped AAA after I went with Transamerica. So everybody's different. Janet, I'm going to put my Discord information out next week once it's all ready. I promise y'all going to be so very happy. I'm already so very happy because I can give y'all everything, and I'm going to update it all day long because all I do is read. So whatever I find, it's going to go on a certain topic. And so y'all will, I don't know, it's going to be like my own little news thing. So I'm super excited about it. Okay. So I'll tell y'all about that next week. Shamika, can you get whole life insurance if you have some health problems like type 2 diabetes and compromised liver? Yes, you can. You can get life insurance policies even if you have pre-existing conditions. Your life insurance rates may be higher, which means most people who have pre-existing conditions, they usually get a smaller amount of life insurance because they can't afford to get the large amount because they have pre-existing conditions. And I'll give y'all something I know for a fact. I know someone who had hepatitis. And this is how I found out how difficult it was to get life insurance, because I had to help this person call around to get life insurance. And I could not believe how many people turned that person away because they had hepatitis. And you know what they said? They said, get treated first. Once you complete your hepatitis treatment and you're cured, then come back and we'll give you a policy. Okay. So now that this person has been cured of hepatitis, they got life insurance and they ain't never letting it go. Why? Because they almost missed the opportunity to be able to get it. Okay. It used to be if you had things like HIV, it was very difficult, if at all, to get policies, but now you can. So please don't think just because you have a condition that you cannot get insurance. You can. It may be higher. And if you find that whole life is too high, and if you're older, Mr. Eugene, then just go ahead on and get a term life. Why? Because most people with pre-existing conditions. Now, I hope this is not you. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the atmosphere. This is not you, Mr. Eugene. But most people with pre-existing conditions tend to live a little less than the average healthy person. So you could do term and still be able to give your family money tax-free after you have passed. Okay, now I know you like, well, ain't no benefit for me. Sometimes you may have missed that boat. Okay. Now you can get the whole life if you choose. It's just going to cost more. But if not, think about your nieces, nephews, your kids. Think about those other individuals because they still have to go on when you're not here. All right. So I know I kept y'all for a little while. Thank y'all for sticking with me. I so appreciate this. Y'all do not know how nervous I get every Monday, hoping that I come to y'all with something that is going to be useful and beneficial. This is probably my favorite day of the week because I get to talk to y'all. So I thank you for just being here on Mondays, really. Again, you can hit the link in the bio if you want to do a consultation, you want to take my class, you can send me a message. You want the link list, send me a message. I will have the Discord information stuff ready for next Monday with the link where y'all can sign up so that you can get involved. We could talk about what we really want to talk about. And you'll be able to get help immediately. So anyway, I'll see y'all next Monday. Stay safe. And we are going to build generational wealth together. You are not alone. It's going to be all right. And I will see you next week. I have not decided what the Discord description of what the subscription is going to be. I will announce all of that next week. I'm not beating nobody over the head because I know times can be hard for everybody. So, but I am going to work with you. But at the same time, I got to make sure it's beneficial to me for my time. All right. So thank y'all. Thank you for finding me. I'm glad you found me too, LePage. And Miss Tammy, I'll talk to you soon. And everybody else, I will talk to y'all next Monday. So stay tuned. Okay. Y'all have a good one. Bye. See y'all.